What's up, this is your boy Ingven. Then a small review of the game DMC Devil May Cry, not the original but the remade. The remade was a game that a lot of people hated, but I want to protect because I actually liked it. So there's the review. So Devil May Cry, a small tip of the iceberg. You're this character which is half angel, half demon, right? Called Dante, and Dante is from the Dante and Virgil from the Dante Inferno, which is the guy. Oh my god, Dante Inferno is so good. Dante Inferno is about a guy who thought he was righteous, and he thought what he did was good, but then he ends up in hell, and you understand that what he did wasn't good. So Dante was a character that ultimately no one regrets, right? So in Devil May Cry, you play as a demon, and your sole mission is to kill the demon because you're a good guy, right? And your father is somebody that stood up to the Demon King, so I kind of want to do that. DMC is a reboot. The first game that I played is amazing. The only issue with the first game is a PS2 game. So yeah, it's a great game, but there's no story. So DMC, what they did was they wanted to do a bit more of the story. So get a lot more about Mundus. So you get a lot more about Lilith, which is his girlfriend. You get a lot more about Virgil. Sorry, I was looking for a name. You get a lot about why the way he is. That they was a trouble kid. We wanted to say that he had power. He had to save the world. That they was also a person that saw that there was demons to be killed. Right, so the whole game, people they were mad because they changed the look of Dante, but I think it's so cool because Dante has white hair, and at the very end he does like this demon outbreak, and that's when he has white hair. A lot of people the fair character is not even Dante, it's Virgil, and in this game we understand why Virgil and Dante became enemies, right? That wasn't explained before. So basically, it's such a good game because you get a classic, and sure, the game is not perfect. Of course, it's not perfect, but you get this game, and you understand that it's not necessarily about. It's about the story that wasn't never told. We get to know about Sparta, we get to know about Eve, the past of the kids. You know, there's a lot of there's this combat that you love. There's a lot of enemy that you love. There's a lot of combo you can do. There's ability you can have, and yeah, it's all about having this game that was a classic being revisited, being remastered, because it deserves a story. It deserves to be remastered. There's games that will never be remastered or classic, and it sucks because the Devil May Cry that you can dislike the game because it was different, but it gave a story to a story. It told the story of a story that needed to be told, and the Devil May Cry original. So original is us accepting Dante. It's us accepting that he is a different character, and it's not because people they were so against the game that they didn't get the reboot. And I think it's a really good story. It's kind of crazy because if you ask me, I do love the original, but the reboot is where I go because the reboot is totally different. It's totally like an experience, right? The reboot, the original is like an hour and a half. The reboot is 10 hours, so there's 8 hours and a half of added content. Again, the game is not perfect, but I think there's really a solid foundation to build up on this. Because Devil May Cry is a beloved series. If you look at the fourth and the fifth game, there's gonna be a sixth game. It's like it's on its way out though. The story wise, it's on its way out, and we don't know we don't know where it's gonna go, but we know there's more behind us and in front of us. So yeah, so that was my DMC reboot. The reboot is good. That was my review. It's really a good game. I do understand that you have this character that became iconic, which is Dante, and you fall in love with Dante because he's just badass, right? And you fall in love with the fact that he's he's kind of wounded. He is this badass that wants to kill every demon, but he's quite human. He has quite this humanity. He wants to protect them, you know, wants to protect human. And Virgil is kind of the badass, more compatible character. It's kind of crazy because I'm always going back to the Rick and Shane analogy from Walking Dead. Dante and Virgil are exactly the same. So Dante wants to save the world, but is not willing to sacrifice a lot of people. And Virgil is willing to save. He wants to save the world, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to save it. What is the answer here? Do I want to save the world even though they take sacrifices, or do I want to save the people? And maybe I failed, you know. That's what the DMC is about. That's what the reboot is about. It's about not necessarily a rivalry, but a difference of opinion between Dante and Virgil. Because I know this is complicated, but you have this guy who's Mundus, right? Who's kind of like the demon lord, right? And you have Dante and Virgil, which are the two only people that could actually save the world if they work together. They could rule the world, right? and we defeat Mundus, and then Virgil's like, yo, we can rule the world, and Dante's like, no, the world doesn't need a leader, doesn't need a ruler. So it is just this fantastic story that needs to be told, and it was told. Well, I love you, that you matter. Peace.